Hello everyone. Today's video is going to mark the start of a 4-part series called
Battle of the Barbs.
In this series, I'm going to have the 4 different elemental damage dealing barbarian builds that I made. That took so many takes to be able to say right. Being the Shaman Barb, the Winter Soldier, Shazam, and the Barbaric build. Each go through the Ubers to see how well they do, and in the end, compare the results. When it comes to the changes made from the build guides to what you'll see in this video, the only changes are that all the builds will be getting the same pre-buffing to keep the opportunity for each build equal going through the Ubers to be able to get a torch, as well as using duress body armor and Gore Rider boots, despite that some were already using said boots in their initial build guides. But this way, it's fair to compare each build from their initial build guides that I made, as they would all have a good base amount of crushing blow and open wounds on top of their elemental damage. I will not be going over the details of the builds in this video, so if you're interested in checking out the builds for yourself, make sure to check out the build guides for all the information that you'll want to know. Link down in the description below. Every build will additionally be kept exactly as it was set as far as the means of attack, so those who were whirlwind builds will stay as such, as do those whom use frenzy. Keep in mind that these builds are not utilized for doing uber runs aside from the crushing blow, open wounds, and deadly strike that they would have to make it easier to whittle down the uber's health aside from utilizing their elemental damage to the fullest. Now with the Poison Barbs run completed, the next build I made a guide for was the Winter Soldier Cold Damage Barbarian. Make sure to check out the previous run if you haven't done so to be able to get caught up on the series thus far. The bar has been set both low as far as the overall time to completion. However, with the drawbacks that the Poison build Barbarian had, this one's expectations are still pretty high for overall performance. He also will be using the skill Whirlwind for his main skill to deal damage. However, his damage will be done immediately in comparison to the prior build. He also will have a good opportunity for crowd control with his Holy Freeze auras from his Dual Doom axes. Here's a quick glimpse of all his gear, though again, I won't be going over the finer details, but at least wanted you guys to see how he's currently stacked up for his run for this video. And this is how the mercenary is geared up as well. And lastly, here are all of his additional stats to see how all the numbers stack up, especially for things such as crushing blow and open wounds. With his great survivability and good damage, will he set the bar high to make it more difficult for all the other builds to live up to, or freeze up when his time to shine comes around? Any quick little bits of information will be shown on screen as needed to not distract from the run, and I'll go over more details of the run once it is completed. Let's go ahead and get started.
Impossible. My brothers will not have died in vain.
Talk about a night and day difference in runs from the previous build, the Shaman Poison Barbarian. What could have made this run better was having a shorter path to Lilith, especially in not getting lost on my way to her, as well as to minimize the pre-buffing times. However, these are just minor nitpicks, but overall this was a great run. The total time for this run, from the start of entering the first portal to the fall of the final Uber in Tristram, had none of the pre-buffing and the resupplying section been sped up, was 8 minutes and 39 seconds, with a total of 3 minutes and 21 seconds spent actually fighting all of the Ubers, making this an overall very fast, but equally safe build to be able to take through the Ubers, even for as underutilized for the Ubers as he was. The resource management, I'd put around a 9 out of 10. It had less mana issues than the previous build's run, however, I was trying to stretch the mana width, at times, not using a mana potion too much to build a hope when Whirlwind would be able to be used again, hope that it gets hits to be able to leech the mana back, and I did unfortunately get pretty greedy at times with that tactic, especially when fighting Diablo. Baal's mana burn would always be an issue, so fighting him had little impact on this rating. However, I could have done more with fighting Diablo and having 2 rows of mana potions and then having 2 rows of full rejuice. But overall, less was used to be able to help keep my health and mana filled to allow me to focus more on just dealing damage. The Merc died once, but with him surviving up until fighting Mephisto as the last of the Ubers before the torch dropped, he did his job very well and I can't complain with how long he survived, especially barely taking any damage from Lilith, who easily could have took him out in a matter of seconds. 2 elemental damage builds down, and 2 left to go. And the next video is going to focus on the third build that I made and uploaded, the Shazam Lightning Barbarian. With the wide range for which his damage numbers are set, his run is sure to shock some people with how well it can do, so make sure to stay tuned for that one coming up. And again, go watch the first run if you haven't done so to get caught up in the series thus far. I hope you all enjoyed the video. If you like this kind of content and want to see more, hit the subscribe button and ring the notification bell to be notified whenever new videos come out.
Come on. Come on. Come on, then. There you are. There you are.
And if you enjoyed this video, please make sure to leave it a like. Other than that, I'll see you all in the next video. Stay safe and take care.